Is Kim a guy you'd like to see come back next year? I don't know what his situation is. I know what his contract is. I don't know how he feels about being away from his family and stuff.
Yeah, it's a good question. I haven't explored that with him a little early, but I feel like I like to think he enjoys it here. He walks around with a smile on his face a lot. You know, he's a good guy. I wish I spoke better Korean. He's a fun guy. But yeah, of course, you know, it's a guy that's pitched well for us. Last year was really, really good, and has pitched well, you know, a lot this year. So of course, I'd like to have a competitive guy that fits in well and wants to win.
You know, people project with the rotations next year. His name never seems to be in it. You know, nobody knows probably what his deal is.
But yeah, I'm not sure why. I don't get in the middle of that, but on any front. Yeah, I would imagine his name should be in consideration for sure.
He's been your best pitcher lately.
It's been really good. Yeah, he's pitched well and been able to pitch deep, and he's kept us right in ball games and given us a chance to win, which we've been able to do. So a lot of value in that.
What do you think the turnaround was for Kim and him being able to go longer in games this year?
A couple things. First of all, he had a couple games, couple double headers, where he was the victim of some circumstance. And what I mean by that is he threw the ball well, you know, over in Atlanta most recently, but also here at home, where he threw 4 good innings. Acuna hit a homer, 1-0 game, a 7-inning game. We're on the road, so we had to hit for him in the top of the 5th, and then Cabrera and Helsley came in and kept it at 1, but we weren't able to score. So that was just a baseball decision. The other decision was we were winning by a run and tried to add on and did, and then brought it home with Cabrera and Alex. So, and other times he just, you know, the game dictated, you know, National League where he's behind a little bit, where he hit for him. So, but he's also been able to go deep and earn the opportunity to go deep. So, you know, really the key to any of that is based on, you know, the score and based on your effectiveness. And he's been effective, and the score's been in his favor the last several times out.
In the past, Carp has done some business with Biscothani. Did
Yes.
you look at that a little bit?
Yeah, I looked at it hard, quite honestly. You know, and feel like O'Neill's in a good place. We want the lefties in there, Edman and Carlson. And, you know, Bader had good swings at the ball last night. Paulie had 3 hits. Good night in Chicago. Of course, you know, Goldie and Nolan are staples, and so there wasn't any room at the end for the game today.
Is that the guy that, if you can pinch hit Carp early, you might do that?
Sure.
If he's going to find still in the game. You know?
Yeah, I think that'd be the play.
We talked about this a little bit before the All-Star break with Bader and Goldschmidt being able to spray the ball and that being kind of indicative of where the offense is collectively. To see DeYoung be able to do that yesterday too, 3 hits all over the field. I'd like to be more confidence that this lineup is clicking more to get those results.
Yeah, completely. You know, I was talking to Brian Bartow today. He came in and said, "Man, we were in the red zone a lot. You know, we just didn't get as much pay dirt as we'd like." And but if you're not in the red zone, you know, it's just a lot of Hail Marys. And so we've been in the red zone, so to speak, using that metaphor, quite a bit more. A lot more traffic, a lot of good at-bats, working walks, taking walks, using the whole field. You know, had a lot of hits last night. Just different from last night's game is we weren't able to do anything with runners in scoring position, and you know, they were 2 for 10, and those 2 were pretty big blows.
What do you say to your team after leaving so many runners on base, or do you not say anything at all?
You know, we have a continual communication, but I think, you know, listen, we have a bunch of pros that know what we're doing. We talk every day with our regulars pretty much. So it's really not, you know, here at the big leagues, not like you have a lot of team meetings. But there is some messaging. There's some individual messaging. There's some group messaging. You know, it's really just a reminder, reinforcement. In some cases, they know. You know, again, like last night, some balls were hit at people. What are you gonna sell a guy? Don't hit it at somebody hard. You know, I mean, it's the most maddening game in the world for in athletics almost, for doing something that's extremely hard. And in most sports, you do something right and execute it, it'll work out. But here, you can do it all and it doesn't work out. So there's really not any message beyond, you know, keep having a good approach, make sure you got a good pitch to hit, that you're going to put a good swing on it, where you prepare for the at bat. You know, those things are checked off, man. That's all we can really ultimately control and do.
When you bring up your other pitchers from Memphis, are you likely to go back one bench guy because you don't know how long certainly Woodford might be able to go for you?
I think that's probably realistic. I mean, at some point we're going to make 2 moves, obviously, to get some guys, and we'll figure out.
You'll make them one at a time, though, right?
Correct, one at a time, and we'll just evaluate what they are. But at some point, I'm sure you'll probably see a bullpen guy and a regular,
Position player, yeah.
be impacted.
Jack had that bullpen yesterday. Where did he throw that? Is he in Florida?
No, he's here.
He's here. Okay.
He threw it right out there.
Okay, I didn't see him.
Yeah, we threw it earlier in the day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it was a busy day for the guys.
Will Miles probably go from here to an affiliate? Is that the thought with him at this point?
I think we're finalizing what that looks like. There's a real possibility he could go to an affiliate and get his next work and get a rehab start. There is an opportunity for him to maybe do another live, but I think we'll finalize that today.
So that could be early next week, right?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Can you describe the sense of urgency that's kind of permeating around here, knowing that you're home, second half, deadlines looming, etc.?
Yeah, you know what, Ben? Definitely can feel it. I feel it from you guys. You can feel it, and you can just feel it. I mean, and we can feel it inside. I mean, it's not a place we'd like to be at the moment. But what I'll say that there's a sense of urgency to what we do every day. There just is, and I think what people would like for me to say is, yeah, we gotta, we gotta, we know we gotta go. We go every day. I just can't, and I wish people had the opportunity to see and appreciate the commitment to what takes place every day. Look, we do our jobs. I'm not looking for anything, like, oh man, you're working hard. No, that's our job, But if you could really see the attention to detail amongst our staff and amongst our players and all the different things that go into every day, looking for every possible moment of what the competition looks like, and then you would realize that regardless of day, including spring training, there's a sense of urgency with this team every single day. And in some cases, I really honestly feel like this group wants it too bad, and there's like this I want to, because every single guy in that room, if you ask them what needs to be done better or different, they'll point to themselves, which is a heck of a attribute in an individual and team. So, the sense of urgency is there. We all understand and get where we are. I think it's a real trap. It's served me well in the past. It served us well as recent as last year and 2 years ago. If you start to think, you only have so much time and energy. And if you spend it all thinking about where you're not, or you try to create something, first of all, if you've got to, I always say this, you've got to change your behavior because somebody's watching, you don't have very good habits. And one thing I'll say about this group, you walk around and people are just doing their job. They're getting after it, they're preparing, there's always something going on. It's not like somebody looks up and goes, oh, I'm now going to do something, or, oh man, we're out, X number of games, or now it's time. No, it's time every day. That's the thing that's served this organization well, quite honestly. So do recognize where we are, do understand the schedule and the calendar and all those things, but I really, now, is there things we could do differently in the sense of being more efficient with our time and energy effort? Always explore that. Is there always an opportunity to look at a better way of doing something and evolving? Of course, and we are always looking to do that and have. But as far as urgency, because, there's a sense of urgency without panic every day. Yeah, appreciate it.
Paul was kind of talking last night about his own expectations, setting himself up for his own just mindset to kind of get on this little stretch he's had. Is there, just on a human level, doubly excitement and encouragement to see the results kind of start to fall his way?
Absolutely. That's the one thing that, to kind of piggyback on Ben's question, you see the effort, energy, and really you see the frustration too, individually and collectively of sometimes when we don't get what we want out of what our, you always want to be rewarded, right? And, typically with the way we go about things, that over the course of time, it kind of, it works. And, you have a little bit of valley, but you have a few more peaks, and you just kind of continually get better and ride out the tough times because you're in a good place. Well, we just haven't been able to overcome some of that collectively. So I think individually, guys have tried to do more because they feel a sense of urgency around us internally. And it's not anything that anybody's saying or doing, it's just there because people care. And so, to Paulie's point, I think I've noticed, and it's always better and easier said than done, is when you'll have the game to come to you. And I think Paul's doing that and being able to control what you can control and be ready and be present and just be available to what you're about to see in competition. And if you do that, that's really all you can ask. And some days it's plenty good enough, and some days it's not. But beyond that, it's maddening to try to think about doing anything more because that definitely doesn't work.
Are you going facial hair now for a while?
I shave every Sunday.
Okay, every Sunday.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's the day.
Tomorrow's the day. You'll see me clean shaven.
Okay.
Yes.
The other 5 or 6 days are automatically no shaves or just as necessary?
Pretty much. I know I'm going to shave on Sunday, and I don't really think about it. I know that's the day I'll do it, and it's been what it is.
Okay.
But I can't rule out an occasional midweek shave. If the wife requests.
That was my point.
Yeah. Well taken.
Let's see, let's settle.
Yeah.
Ballpark superstition.
I got it.
Ball
Yeah.
players superstition.
Yeah. Although, if I was super superstitious, I'd probably shave more. But
Or
all right.
less. Or less.
Or less. Yeah, that's fair. Yes, ma'am.
Well, just playing off of your last question, in terms of maybe tangible things that could happen tonight for a quick start or getting on the board first, where's the emphasis with that?
Well, we're facing the guys as most big league pitchers have. They have, they're very capable. They wouldn't be here otherwise. We got some history with Discalfani. He's changed a little bit of his pitch profile, a little more cutter action. This guy's pitched well all year, so we're going to have to really be intentional about taking advantage of the opportunities that are out there because this guy hasn't given up a lot of them, and just take good at bats and make sure we can move runners when it's available and get them in when they're out there. That's really going to be the key to it.
Does that cutter put him into more of an elite status now?
I think it has, yeah. The cutter's been he's again gone away from the curveball more and gone more to the cutter, and it's become an elite pitch with him. And we look up and you see guys that are hanging their hat on what they do really well, and that's where I think some of the analytics are positive. It creates clarity about what you are and what you're not, and I think it's done it created clarity for him, and he's been able to repeat it to his credit.
Hey Mike, how important is the veteran leadership of Goldschmidt, Ronaldo, Molina, Wainwright, those players, or the young players during this tough stretch?
No, it's critical because like to Ben's point, we have a group that. First of all, they show up every day and they play. That's the one thing that my hope is. And you'll see a guy that gets frustrated and, right after he hits a baseball sometimes. But more or less, you see our team, you're going to see effort defensively, you're going to see effort on the bases, you're going to see effort pretty much at every turn. And it hadn't been as rewarded. But my point is when you have those guys that are leading by positive example, that creates that atmosphere of being ready in the competition of that day. And then, these guys do a good job in their own ways of pulling guys aside and delivering good messages. But the best messaging and modeling is typically nonverbal. And these guys show up every day, and their preparation is excellent. Their awareness of situations is really strong, and they just know how to play. And then they've been super intentional about helping guys, and being available to guys. And, your hope is and the encouragement is the young players take advantage of it.